So I got the stop 29124. Only downside to this is this could be retracing a 5-minute candle before it once it closes, which would be a little bit of a bummer here. Just a reminder, nothing in this video is trading advice or signals or anything like that. If it sounds like I'm talking to you or giving you advice, I'm not. I'm just talking to myself, and you're getting to watch this video and listen in. All right, let's get on to today's video. All right, here we are, March 10th, Monday morning, looking at gold, waiting for a setup here in gold, looking for a long trade right now. So, as every trader does, actually, maybe do this real quick before I mess it up. Let's see here. Let me put the trade in that's getting ready to set up here. Long. So that trade's in. So as every trader does, refines a strategy, constantly evaluates, or at least I would think every successful trader constantly evaluates what they're doing, refines what they're doing, and tries to find ways to do it better. I am going over to here, and I put in my max trade for the day is 3. So I'll only be taking 2 trades during the day and maybe taking 1 in the evening, and that's it. So I don't need to take more trades than that. Most of my setups are going to be a risk 1 to make 3. And what I want to happen is I want my winning trades to be more than my losing trades. And I'd like my winning days to be more than my losing days. And if I can keep that with a nice success rate, then this account will grow quite nicely. So that also gives me more time in my day if I'm not sitting here taking lots of trades all day long. And if I'm not taking lots of trades all day long, then that also means I need to be a little more picky about the trades that I take. But I do want to have trades every single day because of my channel. So that's one thing I can't sacrifice not trading. A lot of people will say, which is accurate, I believe, cash is a position. You don't have to trade. The market's open, but you don't have to participate. But when you have a channel and you're trying to make content every day, you kind of got to do something. So, but I'm going to limit my trades to 3. So that's right here on Top Steps, little risk settings area. 3 trades. I already hit save on it. You can see trades remaining for today. I got my daily loss limit in, which is $600, my personal daily loss limit. And then my risk reward over here, that's going to get put in automatically when I enter the trade. And then I can move it around to adjust it as needed. So very cool psychological controls, I call it. They call it risk settings. But I think if you have issues over trading, or you have issues with letting you're moving your stops all the time, and like all these different issues that you might have, this what I would call psychological controls can definitely help manage some of that. All right, we'll see if gold wants to set up here, and I'll bring it to you.
Order filled.
Okay, so in the trade. Move. So I got the stop 29124. Only downside to this is this could be retracing a 5-minute candle before it once it closes, which would be a little bit of a bummer here. Yep, here we go.
Order filled.
All right, out of that trade. All right, so that's going to pretty much do it for the day, I believe. I might have one more trade, and then we'll see. If it happens, I'll bring it to you. That puts me down 386 on the day. All right, looking to get back into that long trade. Right now, it looks like to me it's retracing this 5-minute candle before it, right here. It's retraced almost half of it. Now it's on its way back up. I like to get in down here in the red zone.
Order filled.
Okay, so I'll jump in there. All right, in the trade, 1 contract gold long again. Let's see what happens. I feel like I should do is just give this a little more room right down here, make a new low. So right now we do have higher highs and higher lows kicking. What would that additional risk be? $100. Move it to here, 2089. Be about $100 additional risk, and that'll be my last trade of the day. I think that's fair. Make a new low. It's pretty close. It's only $100 additional risk. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, this is where I was hoping to get into that trade somewhere down in here, but I got in up here just because I felt like I was going to miss out on it. Would have been good to have waited a little longer. You can see a little trend line there. So my stop was like right in that trend line. So I didn't really want to get stopped out when it bouncing off a trend line. Sometimes it'll push through a little bit. So that's why I put my stop down here. All right, here we go. Now I wish I had two contracts. So I'd already be looking green on the day. Uh-oh. That's support resistance area here is pretty strong. Once it gets through here, it'd be pretty nice. Hopefully it's building some energy. Got some pretty big volume coming in on this candle, so we'll see if it wants to continue. Again, looking at the 1 minute candles. Looking at the 1 minute candles right now, but with the new 5 minute candle is about to open here in 5 seconds. We'll see if we can get a little boost. It may come down first, putting in the tail in, if you will, before it makes the wick in the body. Hopefully we can survive that. Be nice if it just rips. There you go. Yeah, just like that. Keep going. Break above this resistance area. Let that become support. Off to the races. It's getting stuck there. Makes me want to take my trade off and put my order to get back in when it breaks. Is it breaking out or is it just collecting shorts? Or longs, rather, to become short? Right? Goes up, get all the longs in that are waiting for that to break and then roll over. Hate it when that happens. All right, so try to poke its nose out of the resistance area and it wasn't able to do it. So sometimes this is where the sharks come to eat, right? Where all the fish are at, right there. So maybe looking to exit this trade and just wait for another setup if one happens. Because I don't want to be eaten by the sharks. And that looks like what's about to happen here. Because these are liquid zones, right? Like there's so many traders looking to jump in long on the break of this resistance. Then there's a lot of buyers right here. And that gives sellers who want to unload a bunch of shares an opportunity to unload at a price that they want, which ends up driving the market back down. And then when those buyers decide to exit because it's going down, it gives those sellers a chance to get back in and make more money. But had I waited for this thing to break to get in as my initial trade entry, I'd be stressed out right now, right? It's going the wrong way. But getting my entry in down somewhere in the middle of all of that makes it a little easier because then my stop isn't so far away. And when it retraces, it's not so stressful. And if it fails, it's not so expensive. But I was expecting this thing to get going already. So once this gets back up here, I'm going to look to exit this trade and wait for another setup to happen. Now I wish I would have popped out there waiting for a clean break to get back in. Took that 150 or whatever it was that was giving me. Let's see, trend line will it hold up? I don't think so. I think gold is on the way down. See if we can get out for a few dollars in profit here. Bouncing off the trend line. All right, I'm going to drop my order in. Not confident it's going to hold, so I expect it to
Order filled.
All right, there he goes. Out of that trade, pick up $40 there or whatever. Expected it to already get going. It's not going, so time to pop out and wait for another one. All right, I'll bring the next trade to you. Okay, I got my last trade of the day in right now. If it wants to come down here and break this and head lower, I'm going to participate. Like I said, it doesn't look like it's going up anymore, so above average selling volume, below average buying volume. It just poked its head out above the liquid zone there where the sharks like to feed. Now it's coming back down. If it wants to continue, this thing could be going down for a while. Or at least enough to make me some money.
Order filled.
Okay, in the trade. Stop is in. Again, same thing. This is where the sharks could feed, right? So hopefully I'm not part of the school of fish they're about to eat. And we see this sell-off happen. It's got to break below. Can it do it? Selling volume is coming in. Let's see what happens. Got an M pattern showing up on the 5 minute candle. Right here. For that to break, come all the way back down to this zone down here. somewhere in here. Going back to the 1 minute candle. So by limiting myself to 3 trades a day because of 3 setups that I expect to see, it helps me not overtrade. Like it helps me not sit here and start to jump in and jump out and jump in and jump out and start doing all this stuff. Sometimes it's needed in a choppy market, but for the most part, that's a recipe for disaster for me. I'll sit here constantly, trying to play the long and the short and the long and the short and getting chopped up and stuff like that on a choppy day. On a trending day, it's not so bad, but on a choppy day, I find myself constantly switching with the market only to find it's just chopping and then I get chopped up. So limiting my trades in the day makes me be a little more focused on the quality setup and reduces my temptation to jump in and out of trades because I know that I can't, or else I'll end my day premature. So it definitely helps a lot. It's an awesome tool. Glad TopStep has it on their TopStep X platform. It's about a little bit above average the last several candles. And when selling volume becomes huge, then I ask myself, are there any sellers left? And I get concerned. But when it just stays above average or it's increasing, then it's kind of nice. Let's see what the tilt says over here at TopStep. Just curious. Gold 51% short, 44% long. All right, that's good. If this was really tilty, then I'd get nervous because the herd usually gets slaughtered. So I don't really want to be a part of the herd, but if it's just a little bit over, that's not too bad. All right, here we go, gold. Let's go. Broke that support area. Looking for the next tiny support area down in here. I've already made 1 times my risk right in here. Start looking to trail a stop when it starts to get to the bottom of this next tiny support area. 5 minute candle, real quick. See that M pattern just broke there. Got the little slide. It's finding a little support right in this mix right through here. See if that can break. Get me deeper in here and I'll start to trail a stop. Again, above average selling volume so far. All right, let's go back to, I just don't like this rejection that's taking place. Back to the 1 minute candle. So you can see, ideally it comes down here into this pocket. But once it crosses this area here, I need to start looking to trail stops because anywhere in here can start to find some support. All right, well, I'm not going to turn this to a red trade now that it's made it majority of the way to the target. So we're going to move my stop down here. Let's look and see how that lines up on the 5 minute candle. All right, cool. So we're above that 5 minute candle. So we'd have to retrace and break higher to get stopped out. Okay, market just opened. Regular market hours just opened. This could affect gold a little bit here. Let's see, a nice pump to the downside would be ideal. New 5 minute candle just opened. So we might see this being a little bit of a retrace to make a wick before a body and a tail. Right, most candles have a wick, a body, and a tail. So I can't, if this is going down, there's a good chance it's going to go up first because of the 5 minute candle and the 30 minute candle, and soon, another 30 minutes will be the 1 hour candle be in that mix too. All right, here we go. All right, a little more. One more push. I'm going to drop my stop here. Come on, gold. Because it got the bounce off that little point that's here, and I'm waiting for it to come back down. All right, there we go. Drop my stop.
Order filled.
All right, backed up. So we are getting to the support area. If it wanted to rip right through here, then I would have been good to go. But it didn't. It's getting stuck, so it could find support here. But I think it's still coming down to the bottom of this. Either way, good trade. That's going to do it for me today. Hit my 3 trades. See right here, lockout daily trade limit. So I'll take $27 for today, which, look at that. See, like I said, once it gets in here, it could start to find legs anywhere in here. I don't know where it's going to find them. So drop my stop in there, take my trade off. Regular market hours opened. New 30 minute candle opened. A lot of stuff happening. So maybe it drew the tail before the body and the wick, right? Gold might be off to the races now. And also big volume. This last candle right here had really big volume in selling, massive selling volume. which, like I said, every time I see massive selling volume come in, are there any sellers left? At the same time, this green candle right here has got really big, oops, I don't want to do that. Really big volume coming in. So we're seeing a lot of buyers step in. Will there be any buyers left after this? And is this just going to roll over and crash as sellers come back? Who knows? I don't know. That's why I'm out. All right, traders. We'll see you tomorrow, Tuesday. Hope you all made some money today. Okay, and for those of you who like to see the stats, my XFA has $246 in it. So that needs to get going for sure. It looks good because it's green, $246, but it's really bad because I had a $2,000 drawdown limit, but that trails me on a daily trail. So right now I really only can lose 1,700 and something. So the account is technically in the red. If you compare it to the drawdown limit, the account is in the red right now. And I think a lot of traders, when we get into the evaluations and even the funded accounts, we see profit in our account and we don't realize we're actually in drawdown because of the trailing stop. Once this account gets above $2,000, then I don't have a trailing stop, a trailing loss limit. I don't, or whatever, trailing account limit, or however you want to phrase it. But once I get above $2,000, that doesn't trail anymore, and I start creating a buffer. So that's when I'll start to feel good about the green. But until then, this is actually red because of that trailing loss limit. So right now we're looking at in the last month with this account, which really is like what, a couple weeks. It's kind of my story. See right here, it was at 792, and because now I'm down here, I've actually lost $500 worth of loss limit or risk or whatever you want to call it. At least my average winning is bigger than my average losing, which is the goal right now, per trade and per day. My hold times, most of them are pretty small. And then my calendar, you can see from last month. So I had a red day there, red day here on that Friday, and then these 2 days here. And my trades. All right, full transparency, traders. Not trying to sit here and pretend I'm the best trader. I want you to see it how it is, the reality of trading. I am a good trader, a profitable trader, a successful trader. But trading's it's a simple thing, but it's pretty hard to do. And the reality is you have your good days, your bad days, your good weeks, your bad weeks. So that's just the way it goes. So hopefully we can get into some good weeks here coming up so I can get this XFA into a good spot and get these other combines passed. All right, everybody. See you tomorrow.